What is up, Podheads? Happy Friday. It's your boy DJ Easy Zeke back with another episode of Podheads, and I got a great guest for y'all today. She is an artist on the rise, and she's got a lot of up-and-coming fun stuff for y'all. So this is Franco, everybody. What's up, Franco? How you doing today?
What's good, man? Big Franco in the building, man.
Welcome to Podheads. Thank you for coming on the show. I'm really excited for this interview, and you know we're going to get to know you. So typically we start at the beginning. Where are you from originally?
I'm from Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, man. You already know. I'm just going to give y'all a heads up, man. I'm drinking this tea, bruh, because I don't really feel good. But I wanted to be here today, man. God could just support these guys, and I'm thankful they support me. But yeah, you know, from Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. So South Carolina, baby, for sure. Shout out to 843.
Hey, well, we appreciate you for pulling through, you know, with even not feeling the greatest. But so what was life like in South Carolina growing up? I know you say you're from Myrtle Beach. I'm sort of familiar with the area, but yeah. What was it like for you growing up there?
It was chill, man. Real typical. Like, I would play basketball, sports. You know, I was big into a lot of different music, just a lot of artistic stuff, but really mainly athletic, just getting into my sports, my basketball and stuff.
So you were a hooper growing up?
Yeah.
Did you play for school, or was it just
I did.
Oh yeah? Did you do like middle school and high school? Or?
I did middle school, high school. Like, I was going to basketball camps, like doing AAU in the summer. So just typical, like, you know, kid shit, man. Just hanging with the friends and shit. Oh God.
What was your favorite aspect of basketball? What position did you play?
Point guard and shooting guard.
And what kind of drew you into liking basketball so much? For me personally, I think it's the greatest sport out there. I'm kind of biased though, because I played growing up too. But you know, I got a lot of homies saying football is the best. But what kind of drew you into basketball?
Man, basketball is just like the determination of the game. Like, you know, just the IQ and all that stuff. It was just at a very young age, I kind of got into it, just hanging out, having fun. But it won my heart over, on God. It was one of them things, like, ball was life, on God. Like,
for sure. Did you do AAU or anything?
I did. I played AAU. I did a lot of elite camps. I went to, like, UNC elite camps, USC elite camps, College of Charleston. I was doing all those, just trying to, make something of myself for basketball. And
was that something you kind of wanted to carry on past high school? Or?
Yeah, for sure. Like, I definitely wanted to go to college for that. I transferred my 12th grade year, moved up to the upstates. Like, it was real cool. I went to a 5A school from a 2A school, and that's where I was able to get, like, a lot of looks and opportunities. Shout out my coach, RIP my coach, on God. Like, she just passed recently. But she really put me in a position, and I just shined up there, and I got scholarships and stuff. But I ended up going to college for academic, because that was like more money. I had made more money from my scholarships, from my academics.
For sure. And them student loans, man, they ain't no joke. Yeah, I'm paying my shit back right now, and that's just no fun. So did you have any siblings or anything?
Yeah, I have one sister. You know, she's older. She's 29. And she be trying to act like my mama, on God. For real.
And we met your mom. Your mom's pretty cool people, though, so she must be pretty cool, too, your older sister?
On God.
For sure. So we already just mentioned your mom. What was your mom's name again?
Jill.
Shout out to Jill, man. Yeah. We met her. We shot a little video for Franco a couple weeks ago. So
stay tuned for that.
Yeah, we're gonna be talking about that coming up. But so, what was your mom's role in your life growing up? How supportive was she of, like, basketball and music and stuff like that?
She was really supportive of all of that. Like, my mom and my pops, they have been, like, really my support team. But yeah, they've been very supportive of everything, for real. I really, appreciate them for that, for being so open. You know what I'm saying? But
for sure.
Very, very open individuals.
So at what point did you start gaining that interest in music? Was it in high school through basketball, or was there something else outside of that kind of drew you into it?
So, like, I would also, throughout high school, when I was a jit, I was also doing singing videos. So I've been able to sing all my life. Like, my mom, she would be humming in the car when I was a baby and shit. Like, just always had that, that spark to sing and just, expand that type of career. But, throughout high school, I was just making singing videos and stuff. and they started popping off. I was getting like 15 to 30K, views on them on Facebook.
Oh, facts.
Yeah, so I just was like, dang, like I can make a career out of this because I really got a good voice. Like,
were they cover songs or were they original pieces that you wrote?
Yeah, it was cover songs. It was like cool little cover songs, 15 seconds, but little reels, they just keep running up.
Yeah. I know you said you were pretty active on Facebook with those videos. Were you posting them anywhere else?
No, it was just Facebook.
And when did you, so these were all cover songs, correct?
Yeah.
So when did you start actually writing your own material?
I always would write. Like, that would be one of the things, because I couldn't get in the studio, like, until I ran into some guys in high school, and they were like, oh, yeah, like, we got the studio at the crib, like, you can come over and just work with us, like, just try some shit out. The first song I ever did over there ended up getting like 10K views on SoundCloud.
Damn.
Yeah, it was like real cool, and I was just like 9th grade in high school. You know what I'm saying?
For sure. Talk to us a little bit about the SoundCloud stuff. How many? So that was your first song you released on SoundCloud?
That was my first song.
What was it called?
Top Down.
Top Down.
Yeah, Top Down. It was just one of them little classics, Myrtle Beach classics. Yeah.
For sure. And that was your first introduction to kind of like a studio setting with these guys you met in high school?
Yeah, I guess it was just like a little taste of what's going on for real, but like they really were the ones who got me to be able to record myself and stuff. But we was in the closet recording, so it wasn't like too professional, but we were making it work and it was sounding good. So. And
what's crazy nowadays is you need decent equipment, but you really don't need the professional going into the studio, paying for studio time and all that stuff. Like if you got the equipment, you can do it at home, and the internet is such a big tool now. Like you were just saying, SoundCloud helped you kind of pop off. So it's really like. It's a great time for creatives and artists and anybody in that realm, just because the internet and stuff like that, it's all at our fingertips, rather than back in our parents' day they had to go to a professional studio.
Yeah,
or
like
something.
One take. You had to do that shit in one take.
Exactly.
Or you had to redo it because a certain part didn't sound right.
So
yeah, it is easier nowadays.
For sure. What was that first song like recording it? Were you like super excited, super nervous to release it, or you were just going with the flow?
Like, just getting a feel of it. Like, I was nervous at first, of course, like, being with these guys, they're more experienced than me at the time and stuff, so I'm new to it. I'm like, yo, I don't know how this gonna sound. But the first little tour they gave me, they were like, yo, you smiling, and we can see that, we can hear that shit in the music. So just try to be, like, straightforward with it and just, be passionate with your words and pronunciate them. For sure. Rather than be smiling, because I used to be excited making all my music. You know, I still am. Like, but yeah, I just had to learn that type of thing, and it just changed my music. For sure. It definitely helped it in a lot of different ways. Just learning those few things. But yeah.
Did you say that you had like your parents or anything that were also doing any sort of musical stuff, like? Anything at all? Like, did any of them play instruments or anything, or that you were kind of the first one in your family to kind of start?
On my mom's side, like a few of them, like my great grandma, they all would like play the guitar and stuff. But nah, like my mom and my grandma and stuff, they just would dance. Facts. Yeah, my pops, he's just like a brainiac. Like he is just like he in his books. He's a businessman.
Gotcha. So
they really like the perfect yin and yang. Like, my pops, he's really like with the numbers, like, and my mom, she's just like, yo, go chase your dreams, like, whatever it takes, just go do it, bro.
And that's what's needed too. Shout out to Jill again one more time. Such a cool lady.
Boots. Oh God.
So after that first release, it kind of popped off. Were you doing any sort of marketing for it, or you just kind of put it out there and it just did its thing?
Yeah, like we just kind of, we just in high school promoting it like that, but nah, we didn't put any marketing behind it for real. We just dropping.
And how long until you wanted to record a second song, or maybe even potentially like a project itself?
I wanted to expand my sound, figure out my sound before I put a project out. And it was like maybe 2 years before I put an actual like project out of my own.
Were you still doing singles and stuff leading up to this?
Yeah.
Just to try to like narrow down what your sound was? What was the inspiration behind that first song? It was called Top Down, but what was the inspiration behind, the lyrics and the name and everything?
It was just like, we just like in the whip. We at the beach, so we from Myrtle Beach and stuff. So top down, we talking about dropping the top of the coupe or wherever we in. We got the girls in the backseat going wild. Like, those were the lyrics. So we just wanted that to be like an anthem for the beach at the time.
For sure. Yeah, the people's anthem for sure. Did you shoot a video or anything for that?
Never shot a video for that, nah.
Maybe we'll have to double back one day to get there. So originally from Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, the music really started to work out towards the end of high school. And you said it took about 2 years before you really narrowed down your sound and wanted to release a project.
Yeah.
What was going on in between those 2 years? I know you were releasing singles, but were you still staying in South Carolina, or did you move elsewhere? Or you went to college?
Yeah, so I went to college for 1 year, and I had a business. I was majoring in marketing. Mm-hmm. And so that's what I really was going to do. I was minoring in art, so I was trying to do the beginning courses for like a SCAD student for fashion, because I wanted to end up getting into fashion. But so during that time period, I was just like not really in my creative state, because I was just always in the books, always like working on some type of business course. Yeah. But like I finished up my freshman year, I was like, like I can't even work on my music. That's what I really want to do.
For sure.
And then also, while I was in college, I signed to a record label out of Atlanta.
Oh, okay.
With Molly Hunter, and she's like a Grammy Award-winning producer. She's set up so many different things. But so she signed me, and then that's when I was like, dang, like I'm gonna take it serious.
For sure.
That's when I started taking my music serious, when I was like 17, 18.
And after you signed to this label, is that when the first project came about?
Yeah. So with my homegirl Peyton Moore, man, shout out her. We dropped a song called 2 a.m. in Atlanta. It ended up doing really good. Like on Apple right now, it's got like 33,000. I'm sure altogether, maybe 70,000 streams on it right now. So it did tremendously good. Like, as by far as like that being the latest project that I dropped, out of all of the ones I dropped prior to that, that one did the best during the time period. And I also got like, 300 Entertainment ended up hitting me up, trying to get me to sign, like, different type of deal. They tried to fly me out to New York, but I was signed to Molly at the time, so we just were trying to correlate things. But yeah, I got a bunch of good looks off of that one single, and so it was really good.
So what was that initial like first contact with going into a studio with a major label versus recording in a closet, with some homies from high school?
Bruh, it was like so crazy. Like, it expanded so much in my brain. Like I said, it built my confidence up enough to where I'm like, dude, I could take this to another level. Because I was just doing it for fun. Like, we in the closet, yada, yada. We ended up going to a major studio. I'm hanging out with big producers, hanging out with bigger artists, making music with them and stuff. So I got to see it all, and that it kind of just, it brought out a different side of me in my artistry.
Do you feel like without that label, you would have eventually started to take the musical stuff serious, or without that, it probably wouldn't have been as serious?
Well, like, the people I were hanging around with, they definitely was like encouraging me to like leave college and stuff as well for my music, because I knew one day my music was gonna take off. I just didn't know like how long it would take. I'm just, not really focused on a lot. I'm just clouded. Yeah. So when I was in college, I was clouded, and so when I got out, I was fresh out. I'm like, dang, like this music I could have been making, because. Mm-hmm. Around that time, when I moved back up to upstate South Carolina, I ended up linking with a producer, mega famous producer, Dame Grease, and he's like, DMX is his brother. So like they got so much stuff together with the Wu-Tang Clan. Like he's worked with hella folks. He ended up hitting me up, and so I just knew there was gonna be an opportunity just closing that door.
That's sure.
The school door, you know what I'm saying? I knew it was going to be something else.
What was the contrast between, I know this label you said was in Atlanta, correct?
Yeah.
What was the music like as far as the genres and stuff like that go versus being in South Carolina and that kind of music? And what did it really like mesh at all, or were you just kind of still in your own lane figuring out your own sound?
I feel like looking back on it, It's meshing now, for sure. Like, the way that I went about it was like when I signed to that label, it was more so for TV commercial. It was a Viacom deal. So I'm making music for BET, MTV, different programs like that. They were able to bring out that mainstream sound in me. And so like looking back on it now, I'm working with Grease, Dame Grease. He's helping me, like he's like polishing up my sound.
Yeah.
So like they brought it out, but he's really not polishing it with me. And then I also record on my own at my crib in San Diego, and so that's lit too. So I have like a whole different sound that also is getting brought out. Like, yeah.
So you just mentioned San Diego. When did you make that move?
So I moved to the West Coast like 4 months ago.
Okay. And how long? So how old are you now?
I'm 22.
22. So I'm trying to figure out this timeline. So you were in college for a year, and then you would have been about 20 or so, 21? And then now you're in San Diego. So what was that like, the East Coast transition to the West Coast?
It was like a big transition, and also I didn't really tell anybody about it.
It was just kind of spur of the moment?
Yeah, it was spur of the moment. Like, I just wanted to go, like, fill it out. I started fucking with it for real. I was like, damn, like, and then I got hella friends. I was just traveling up the coast to LA to hang with my homies and shit, and that type of vibe, like them type of vibes, we like really taking over.
Yeah.
The people that I'm meeting out there, they're cool as fuck. They about their business. So I feel like it correlates good because I'm still on that motion. Like I'm still going out hustling for my music. So like being on the East Coast, I would be traveling from South Carolina to Atlanta and just like trying to hustle to get to the bag. So I would say they're both alike with like the fast paced motion type of thing. So it's been a cool transition. Just like me being by myself, of course, it's a lot to process, but I just go with the motions and just stay prayed up for real.
Did your label have any part of you wanting to move out to the West Coast? I know they're an East Coast label, but that was all you, huh?
Yeah.
Did they have any connects out there by chance, or anyone they could have set you up with, really?
Yeah, they. Like I'm still communicating with my label, the label that I was signed to. My contract ended up last October.
I gotcha.
But I'm still communicating with them because it was really a partnership. You know what I'm saying? So I'm sure we'll have some, big things coming up in the future out there.
For sure.
Yeah, for sure. I know they could get some shit in motion, but I feel like I know I got my own power. I know I can do some shit too.
For sure.
Oh God.
For sure. And obviously other people are seeing the vision too if your songs are doing this well already without, much of a label behind you nowadays especially. But so you came back for, I guess, Thanksgiving and Christmas to SC. So what was it like to come back home? Was everyone, oh, you need to move back East Coast? Or they were like, oh, how's the West Coast? And how'd that go?
Like, my family is really my biggest support system. And so when I came back, it was just a lot of like, we still here for you. Like, if you want to come back. Yeah. But they're not going to push that on me because they know, like, I'm, of course, doing this, like, with my heart. Like, I'm following my heart. If it's telling me go out there, it's right. I'm going to go out there. But, they were supportive. But when I'm home, they like, yo, like, we miss you. We wish you was still here. Like, but... Oh God.
But I mean, even when you were back here, were you still working too? So it's just real. You feel like nowadays, as an artist, I feel like no matter where you're at, you can constantly be in that motion of work. Do you feel like that's the case for you?
Yeah.
Always just trying to make the next move. Is that sometimes hard to kind of like unwind? Like, what do you do outside of music when you're not working on music, just to kind of decompress or hang out, or what kind of hobbies do you have outside of the music world?
Yeah, I mean, I like to thrift. I'm really in my fashion bag. I love fashion, so I'm just putting fits together on my phone, or, just decompressing, taking time for myself,
What's some things in San Diego that you go out and do for fun? I know you've been there for 4 months and probably still like figuring out what the best spots and stuff are, but what's some cool vibes out there?
I mean, I'm really fucking with the food places, you know what I'm saying? I like, me and my auntie, fam out there, so we good, but we'll go out to get food and stuff, go to the beach or something, or I just take the train up the coast to LA and go hang with my homies out there.
How long's that ride?
It's like 2 hours.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah.
That's smooth. This might be a solid stopping point so I can change this battery real quick. So we're going to take a quick break, word from the sponsors if we ever get any. And then we'll be right back, y'all. Stay tuned. All right, welcome back, folks. We just had a word from our sponsors, and we are going to dive back into it. So I want to talk to you a little bit about what your recording process is like nowadays. I mean, I know you said when you first started, you started in high school working with those friends and y'all recorded in a closet, and then you were on to the major label and doing big studios and stuff like that. Being around those artists obviously probably had a little bit of inspiration. But what was the recording process like? How did you go into writing a song? How did you come up with the idea for songs and stuff like that? Or did they just come to you like randomly?
Yeah, so like I kind of think I like to think out what like what type of vibe I'm going for at first. So I hear a beat and I really only need like the first 30 seconds, or really sometimes it'd be 15 seconds, and that's all I need to hear it. And but yeah, so like I'll listen to the beat, I'll put like my own reference down, like I'll freestyle, and then I'll go back and write. Or sometimes I'll listen to a beat and I want to write off real, I want to say some real meaningful shit, like I'm gonna write it, But
do you feel like hearing the beat helps you come up with those lyrics, or do you write lyrics outside of the beat?
Yeah, so like when I like to write, I'll stop the beat. So I'll stop the beat. But yeah, I'll listen to it first, and then I'll stop it and write. But yeah, that's how I kind of get better. That's how I really get better at freestyling, is writing, and then being able to do that, go and spit something.
I know you said in high school you were doing singing videos, but when did you kind of start with the rapping and stuff like that? Did it just start as freestyles, or was that something you were always kind of doing a little bit as well?
Like I always have did that melodic singing rap.
Yeah.
So like I just kind of ran with that. I was like, dang, like I could rap, but take this shit. Like I want to just be on some totally different shit and just sing rap. For sure. And then I don't know, that just go crazy. I mean, I know a lot of artists do that, but like I'm actually a singer, and I transitioned into a rapper. You know what I'm saying?
How would you describe your music to someone who's never heard it before?
I would say like it draws people in, sultry. You know what I'm saying? My voice has a lot of soul in it. I've had people say it sounds hypnotic, but like I said, yeah, I just feel like it draws people in. It gets turned. I have different styles of rap, different styles of singing. Like I like to change my voice up. For sure. So a
little something for every mood. Yeah. I guess it depends on, the mood you're in.
It depends on the mood. Yeah. You hear the beat, you're going to be like, oh, she's going to come out like this. But whole time it's totally different. Gotcha. Yeah.
So I want to talk about Capiche. It's doing well. The video is out, and it's also doing well. Yeah. So talk to us about the recording process of that. What was the idea behind Capiche? Where did you record it? And yeah, just how'd you go about it?
So Capiche was one of the first songs I made out in Cali. I actually recorded that in Long Beach at the studio. It was really dope. Just one of them vibes. I knew I had to be on 10. Like when I did that shit, I was like, yeah, for sure. Like we get money. Like we gotta really spit on how we Capiche. Talk. Like, yeah, like really talk the talk, walk the walk with it. Yeah.
For sure. Who was the producer behind that?
My dog Kato, man. Shout out Kato. He out of Chicago.
For sure. That beat's tough. That beat's tough. Have you worked with him in the past?
Yeah, we got a few projects we got together. He sent me packs like faithfully, man, and weekly. We be getting it in for real.
For sure. So, what other producers or artists do you feel like you want to work with in the future?
Well, I definitely want to get some more projects in with Grease, man. Dame Grease, he's really the GOAT with it, man. I also want to work with Band Boy. Work with my dog Ashley. Like a lot of these people I'm friends with and stuff, so I know time will tell. Like, we definitely gonna get some shit in soon in the future.
For sure. So to touch back on Capiche real quick with the video, how was that like to record the video back in Charlotte on the East Coast? Even though it was a West Coast recorded song, what was it like to kind of this be kind of an international worked on song?
It's so cool, bro. We did that video shoot late as fuck and had to catch a flight the next morning. And it was just such a good, like, vibe. Like, the people who came out, they really cool as fuck. Like, I appreciate them for, you know, showing the support they did. They were just determined, you know. Just everybody who came out, I just really appreciate it. But it was dope working with the videographer. I mean, yo, he go crazy. So everything really just went perfectly. Like, I can't thank them enough. And also the director, bro, like Mr. Soak, man, like, bro, he lit with it, bro, on God. So
shout out Sam, shout out Corey,
on God.
Shout out everyone that worked on the video that day. If y'all haven't watched it yet, definitely go stream Capiche. Even if you aren't gonna watch it, go stream the song.
On God.
It's available on all streaming platforms, right?
Facts.
And so what's the goal for 2024 then? I know Capiche has been doing well, but do you have anything else big in the works?
Yeah, like, hella projects coming. I'm dropping my first debut album, Beautifully Ruthless. You know, Capiche going up right now. That shit need to hit 100K. Like, that's what we aiming for, the stars, on God.
Go stream.
But all my dreams, they my goals. So, like, we just gonna keep working on them, chasing them. Yeah, just continue to just be as impactful as we can with the positivity, you know, just, you know, keep catching flights all 2024, man. We going everywhere,
Catch flights,
man.
not feelings.
Worldwide. This shit worldwide, shit not a joke either. So we lit, and I appreciate these guys who.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
I got a couple more questions before we let you go, but so we just talked about your 2024 goals. Outside of music, do you see yourself doing anything else? Do you want to work on music for the, you know, eternity of your career, or do you see yourself branching out? I know you said you were interested in fashion. Do you ever want to dabble in that kind of aspect of things?
Yeah, I definitely want to have, shooting to start my own clothing brand this year.
For sure.
But yeah, we rolling, like, you know, with the clothes, and I want to have my own label. So that's where I see myself for the future, just being an artist, expressing in any way I can.
Creating those vibes.
Yeah, just being as impactful as I can for my music and, yeah, the message I got.
All right, I got just one more question, unless I think of some other ones while we're here. But what is your favorite song or project that you've worked on or are currently working on?
Yeah, it's not out.
Not out yet, so
I
we
got
can't.
some songs I'm like, yo,
Y'all gonna
I'm
have to stay
nervous to
tuned.
put out, because, like, they just so good. I get nervous with my music. I kind of get overwhelmed with my shit. So, like, my process with finding a song, it takes, sometimes takes weeks, because I like to strategize, plan it out, like, make it make sense, because, like, I got some bangers. But yeah, this song called Island Girls, bilingual, you already know. So
Hey.
yeah, Spanish, English, man, it's one of them bops, you know, timeless music. That's what we making. Oh God.
I'm excited to hear this. I mean, like, Capiche is like my vibe right now. I'm probably gonna be streaming this for the next little bit until at least you drop another song.
Yeah.
But congratulations on all your success so far.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming on the show. We got to get you to the airport, but
Oh God, I gotta catch another flight.
catch
Oh God.
another flight. She's a very busy girl in very high demand, and we're very excited for her future and to see where things go for her. I just want to say thank you once again, Franco, for coming on Podheads and giving us your time and telling us your story. We really look forward to seeing where things go for you. But yeah, that's going to conclude this episode. I want to give another shout out to Franco and Sam. Y'all don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Y'all have a good one. Stay blessed. Peace.
Peace, y'all.